Hi YouTube! Today we are watching a video. This is my very first video ever watching of Garand Thumb. Let's watch.
Capital punishment.
Oh,
Executions.
my
the
favorite.
taking of one man's life for his crimes. Is it moral? Is it ethical? Well, these are questions we're not here to answer.
Of course.
What we are here to bring you is cold, hard truth. And the cold, hard truth we are bringing you today is, what does it look like and how effective is it? We're going to be testing out various execution methods that are real world, using the actual weapons, using the actual ammo, and we hope to give you guys a good visual representation of what it looks like. Because what is important here on Garand Thumb is what, Micah?
Science.
That's right, science. And we are here to bring you science in a world of
Micah.
wishy-washy nothingness.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we of course have to thank the biggest sponsor of the channel. The biggest sponsor of the channel is the who, Micah?
Sonoran Desert Institute.
That's
Hell yeah,
right,
Micah.
Sonoran Desert Institute. If you're looking to get your start in gunsmithing, they are the people to go to. We love them. They do sponsor our science, and it's not always good science, but it is still science. So big thank you to them, and of course, we cannot forget who, Micah?
Primary Arms.
Which we are the only influencer to have ever bullied a real company into releasing a Skittles sticker. I don't know if I'm proud. Great optics, great price, we love them. And of course, guys, if you're looking to get better at dry firing, man, just turns your gun into a dry fire machine. We love it. I use the hell out of it on my off time, just shooting the TV constantly. Rest in peace, Jennifer Lawrence. Now, my name is Michael Jones. I am a retired military, avid shooter, and big proponent of gun science. And today we're going to be answering some very cool questions. Now, what we have right here is a ballistic dummy from Ballistic Dummy Labs. A very good approximation of what the human body is. We have bone, we have blood, we have organs. And this is about as close as we can get without using what, Micah?
Real human beings?
Pedophiles, which aren't really human beings.
Why did it take me so long to find this guy?
So, we're going to use these as a stand-in, and we're going to be starting with, I think, one of the most interesting executions, and that is how they execute people in Utah. Thank you, Mormons. Now, Utah still has a firing squad. Now, firing squad used to be used a lot more, not so much anymore because they considered it inhumane, and hopefully we can prove that not true. So, in Utah, what they use is Winchester 94 rifles chambered in 30-30. Now, we could not get Winchester 94s, and we couldn't get Henry's, but we told Rossi that we were going to be doing a execution video, and they happily sent us guns, so thank you, Rossi. The rounds used are Winchester silver tips in 30-30. This is a fairly old ammunition, and as much as we can tell from our insider source, these are the actual rounds that are used, and they were very hard to source. So, in Utah, they use 5 30-30 rifles, and one of those rifles has a wax slug in it. That way, if any of the guys, are very sad about shooting somebody, then they can,
play mental gymnastics.
Yeah, be like, oh, maybe I had the wax slug, because apparently it feels very much so like real recoil. So in any case, only 4 of the rifles are actually firing a slug. So we have 4 shooters, each firing 1 round of Winchester 30-30 silver tip into the chest of the dummy, and we'll be doing our first execution video. So enough talk, let's get on with it. Just gonna make sure our guy right here feel a little calm. We have a little bit of nicotine, calm him down. This is pretty intense. So with all that being said, let's kill him. All right, right here we have our posse. We have Stockpile Defense, Boise, Idaho, and then of course, who are you representing, Pat?
Pyramid Tattoos.
All right, cool. So we have these vagrants. We're gonna be putting this guy out of his misery. 4 rounds of 30-30. Mike, are you ready?
I am.
3, 2, 1.
They're brave to have the camera right there. Camera behind too? Jesus. I don't know, you guys. I think he might be okay.
Flowering off those rounds entering, like that is beautiful ballistics when they came in.
He just doesn't have a chest anymore.
He does. So we have a couple different impacts. So to be clear, there's a little bit of lag and stagger between all the shots.
Walk it off.
But like you have to imagine, like even police officers all shooting together, or whatever jail officers who are shooting, like they're not going to be perfectly timed. You're kind of going to get 4-ish rounds in around a second. It's kind of brutal.
He's gonna feel at least one of them for a little bit.
I mean, you would with lethal injection too. How long does lethal injection take? Like 30 minutes? I'll take this any day. First round when it came through, You can see he completely shattered the rib and went straight through the heart. That's death right there.
Yeah.
Right here, we have these two, came through the lung tissue, blew out the ascending aorta, upper round right here, traveled through, shattered the collarbone. If we come out the back, this is where it gets crazy because we had 2 rounds exit out through the lungs.
Oh.
You can see all this tissue coming out.
Bite
we had
it.
1
Bite
round
it.
go through the spinal cord. That's, you're donezo, dude. And it kind of got stuck right there. And the other round also crushed through the spinal cord as well as through the heart. You're death, man. This is quick. I would take, okay, would you take lethal injection?
Yeah, for sure, because they put you to sleep first.
It doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. What about, would you take the electric chair over this?
Hell
No.
to the no.
No.
You'd rather get shot first?
Yes, absolutely.
I would get shot, 100%. Now, we've tried an American execution method, but what about some other countries throughout the world? Let's do
Actually,
some
wait.
of
What
those.
is
So, Micah,
electrocution?
we're
What does the electric chair feel like? You guys? Does it feel like Shocky is? I would absolutely bite the forensic dummy. No further questions, Your Honor. Does it feel like Shocky is?
be doing the Soviet/the Russian execution method. You know what that is?
Comrade.
I don't know. It's usually something like you exercised free speech,
Привет.
so they shoot you in the back or something.
That's-
Give you some spicy tea.
That's pretty good. So you're going to be taking 1 round of 9x18 to
I
the
would
back
prefer
of the head.
this.
They're very economical. They don't have a lot of money, so that's the best way to save the money because they have a bunch of it. So
I
whether
would
it's
prefer
Makarov
this to
or
the
if you're
other one.
Polish or what have you, 9x18, which if you don't know, is a little less than 9mm and a little bit more than 380. Not a lot of power. You're about to get Abraham Lincoln. We're not losing to the Ukraine.
Jesus.
Wow, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, that was super
Wow.
anticlimactic.
I would prefer that than getting shot in the
It's
chest.
just not
I
that
think.
much.
It's like they wanted to suffer a little bit.
Yeah, okay, but come take a look at this right here. So it did straight up, star pattern in the back of the head, and you have all that gunpowder that's burnt into there. And we did have a
We
piece
have his
of
nose
the,
hole.
looks like, of the jacket that exited out through the
The
nose
schnoz.
and penetrated through the skull. So certainly you're going to die. You're gonna die taking a round to the head like that. It seems so unnecessarily brutal, even compared to like 30-30.
What?
Just don't get executed in Russia, dude. Jesus. Next up, we have Thailand. Now the question
That feels
is,
much faster.
how would Thailand execute somebody? It's actually quite interesting. So what we have here is we have the person we executed is tied up against a post.
How
and
many of
their
these dummies
back
does he
is facing
have?
towards the shooter, which is a machine gun that is clamped into a vise. We then have a sheet that is between the accused and the shooter so that they don't have to watch the person getting shot. Now,
What?
originally they used an older submachine gun that was quite loud, and they would fire a burst of 15 rounds of FMJ into their back until they hopefully died. They wouldn't always die. But apparently that really scared the prisoners because they could hear the automatic gunfire, so they switched over to an MP5 SD, which is very, very quiet. As you know, the SD stands for super duper quiet. So the
Is that
execution
true?
method for Thailand is 15 rounds from a submachine gun into the back through a sheet.
The
Now, they
sheet
paint
seems a
target
little
on the sheet to
unnecessary.
ensure that they're hitting the person correctly. Now, we don't have an MP5 SD, so what we are using is an MP5 with a suppressor, firing subsonics. We're going to get the exact same ballistic effects. So,
Okay.
let's get shooting.
Still seems pretty loud. I don't. 15 back shots? Ah, hell no. Come take your back shots, Flumpkins. You've been very naughty.
That's so bad. I don't like that at all. Makes me feel very uncomfortable. There's slugs going through the heart, partially exiting, cracking the sternum. You're dead. Come here. Look at the back right here, Micah. Like, look at all 15 rounds
I just don't
right
know how I
there.
feel about this one.
That is death. It's just brutal. I feel like there's a cleaner way to do it with a gun, and it's not 15 rounds from a submachine gun into the back. I mean, they don't do this anymore, but it just felt wrong. Okay, conclusion for Thai execution method, 10 out of 10, do not want it to happen. So far, I'm taking the 4 rounds of 30-30. What about you, Micah?
I'll take the 4 rounds 30-30. then this, then the Makarov.
Makarov very last. It seems so unnecessary.
What
Now,
do you
our Thai
mean?
guy right here,
I feel like that one would make you go the fastest. What? Right? Take me out fast, brother.
is pretty injured, but he's not dead yet. So we're gonna do another American special. This is a specialty of the Navy SEALs. We're gonna do what's called a canoe. Is it a authorized
canoe?
killing under the laws of armed conflict or a war crime? That's not for me to decide. I'm just gonna show it to you. So what it is when a combatant's on the ground and is still alive, a safety round is put under the chin, through the head, and then apparently will create that canoe-like effect.
Why is it called a safety round?
Just to make sure they're dead, because you don't want them like popping up with a gun or pulling a grenade, you know, something like that. You just want to make sure they're not alive. Safety round. Lives are expensive, ammo is cheap. Give them another round. And of course, we'll be using the HK-416, which is was one of the weapons of choice of the Navy SEALs, as authentic as possible with the actual military ammo. I can't wait. Interested to see what it looks like. Oh!
Yeah, I want that.
It's a canoe.
I'll take whatever that is.
It just opened him up, dude.
It's a literal canoe. There's like a perfect like U going in his face.
Let's give him another one. Let's give him another one. You ready?
You're not satisfied with the result?
I'm just.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, that's extremely
Well, I don't care about an open
That's it, man.
casket. I just don't want to suffer.
I see
you know?
why they call it a canoe.
Well, there you have it. Now we're probably going to do the most famous execution
Apply directly to the forehead.
Bonnie and Clyde, specifically that bitch Bonnie. If you're not familiar with Bonnie and Clyde, they were outlaws, and a posse was sent out after them, led by Frank Hammer. What a badass name. Now, we do know from variant accounts, or we believe, that when the posse ambushed Bonnie and Clyde, that Bonnie, one of the posse members, stepped out and put a round through his brain immediately. There's good evidence to suggest that Ted Hinton, then with his Colt Monitor, unloaded about 20 rounds from his magazine into poor old Bonnie right here. Now, this is a representation of Bonnie. She's a little bit smaller. So what we have right here is we do have the Ford V8 glass. This is a really quality reproduction. We do have the dummy behind it. And of course, more importantly, we have the Colt Monitor. So if you're not familiar with the Colt Monitor, it's basically a BAR that has been tricked out. It was called the FBI's fighting rifle. You have a large brake to stabilize it. It is horrifically loud, and it is firing 30-06. Very interested to see the damage. In the post-mortems on Bonnie, it very much so shredded her body and shot off her hand and stuff. So it was pretty brutal. Now, of course, she was shot with other rounds, but let's see what it looked like from the Colt Monitor.
This seems a little unnecessary. I like it. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, she didn't feel nothing. She was out of the first one. The ground beef special. Yeah. Woo!
Oh no! Bonnie, no! Bonnie! Bonnie! Oh! Bonnie, I'm sorry. So we're gonna pop up a couple photos right here. Here's what's really interesting to me, and that's that I'm really happy about this. The glass behaved just like it did in the photos, and the actual car is still on display. So I think it's really interesting that we see kind of the same pattern and the same bullet size from the 30 cal from the Colt Monitor. I think that's really cool. There's like a nerd in me. But also what was really interesting was that
get the
glass
nerd out of you. What the
shot
fuck?
back into the dummy. Do you see all that glass and shrapnel coming in? This was probably horrifically violent when it happened. They probably died quite quickly. Well, especially Clyde. Rest in peace. Another thing to consider too is that they were a slight upward angle. So that probably accounts for the fact that Bonnie's head was not sawed off like it was in the case of our video.
Yeah.
But the 30-06 clearly had the power to do it. You have to understand it was a moving car. They were firing probably a ton of adrenaline. So they probably didn't get as precise hits. They're a little bit further away. But it certainly demonstrates the power that was coming from just one of the weapons that was fired at them during this time. Pretty incredible. This is the way I'd want to go. Just taking 20 rounds from a Colt Monitor. Just gone, dude. It saw my head off, dude. Just do it. Well, that brings us to the end of the execution video. We've tried out a lot of different methods right now, and I think I'm gonna rank them by how I would like to be executed. I will say Colt Monitor would be my number 1. My number 2 is the 30-30, and after that, don't let me do any of the other ones because they seem horrible. Micah, what are your top 2?
I think just mostly style points, the Colt Monitor wins.
Yeah, style points, the Colt
Yeah,
Monitor is pretty
definitely.
freaking cool. And then 30-30.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the last thing that's going to happen to you, it better be tight.
You know, overall, I
Yeah.
will say, you know, compared to like hanging, lethal injection, and some of those other things, I'll take getting shot, dude. That sounds way better to
I
me.
think they're just lazy, man. They don't want to clean up.
Yeah, they just don't want to clean up everything. In any case, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. I think it was really
Yeah,
interesting
it
seeing
was
what the potential
interesting.
effects were in these different execution scenarios, maybe which ones worked better, which ones didn't, and the effects that we saw. Stay tuned. We have way more cool things going. As always, guys, train, get training. We love you guys. We got nothing else for you. Stop arguing on the internet.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't gain you anything.
You're right. Damn, that was a good video. Thank you, Foofy Bear, for finding this video and suggesting it. Oh my god. Foofy J Bear, is that what the name was? Oh, Foofy J Bear, I bet you're so sexy and beautiful and smart. And I bet that you're really funny. And you have a really nice beep, 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 beep.